Hello and welcome to this new video tutorial, my friend. And today I'm very excited because we will be going to see the demonstration of the blockchain that we have just created. Now this is going to be very interesting lecture because here we will be checking whether our blockchain is getting synced or not, and whatever the work that we have done throughout this course, whether we have gotten the successful result of it or not. So first, today I'm going to run 4 nodes. So you see I have 4 terminals open. So let's first run the 5000 node. Okay, and now let's run the 5001 node. Now let's also go here and run the 5002 node, and finally we want to run the 5003 node. Now let the blockchain run and we want to open our wallet server. So we are going to the VS Code, and here we want to clear the screen, and you see I have also created maybe here wallet run.bash. So here we are running the wallet on port 8080. So we will just do wallet run.bash and let's hit enter. So our wallet server is also running. Now let's go and check the logs of our blockchain. So yes, we are fetching the chain, and here you see my chain is the longest, but here I'm updating the chain. My chain is longest, my chain is longest, and again you see we are updating the peers, we are updating the blockchain, and we are doing the same thing. Now this is all good, but but we want to go and check in reality whether our blockchain is syncing or not. For that, let's go to Postman. Here you see I have created 4 tabs: 5000, 5001, 5002, and for the 5003. Now let's click send. We have gotten the blockchain of 5000. Let's click on the 5001. Again we have gotten the blockchain, and for the 5002 we have gotten the blockchain, and now again for the 5003 we have gotten the blockchain. Let's go to 5000, and let's go below and take a random node, random block. Let's say we want to check block number 14. Now let's go here and let's copy the hash, like the previous hash, in the block number 14. Okay, and also we want to do this here. Okay, and we also want to do this here. So you see in 4 blockchains we have block number 14, and all of us previous hash is same, and we can check the nonce as well, 221 and 9887, and you see here it's same, and you see here it's same, and you also see here it's same. But my friends, I also expect a temporary divergence maybe. So we can go to block number 18 here, and let's search this. Yeah, block number 18 is also synced in 5001. In 5002, yes, it is synced, and here again it is synced. But we have block number 19 which is not in sync with the 5001. But maybe if we do now and we try to search this, yeah, it is in sync. So you see block number 18 here, and okay, no, maybe block number 19, and we want to check the block number 19 here, and yes, both are same, 231 4752, and here 231 4752. This was the longest, and it replaced the blockchain in the 5000 node. Now I also want to send a transaction and check whether the transaction is successful or not. So let's go here in the create new wallet, and I already have four wallets, and you see I have run mining from Alice, Bob, and Eve, so they'll have some balance. So I want to take Alice, but John, he has 0 balance, so I want to send transaction to John. So let's say I'll go to the params, and I want to put in the private key of Alice. Okay, and in the body I want to put in the address of John. Now let's go here again, and yes, also it is good if we check the balance of John, so we want to go to wallet balance and check the balance of John, it's 0. Now let's say I want to send 12 evo or 1200 way to John from Alice, so I will click on send. Now you see, let's take this transaction hash and let's quickly go to the blockchain, and you see this transaction is in the transaction pool and the verification is successful. Now let's click on send again. You see it's still in the transaction pool. That is because we are waiting for the next block to be mined. Now this is again in the transaction pool. We have to wait for some time here. Okay, now transaction pool has become empty here. If we click here, it has become empty. And what is the block number? The block number where this transaction was mined is block number 47. And if we query this again and we want to check the transaction hash, and it is again in the block number 47, and we click here, and yes, this is again in the block number 47. So you see our blockchain is in sync. Now let's also check here. So this is in block number 47. So yes, we are good to go. Now our transaction, we are able to add it, but let's also check the balance and let's see if the balance is increased. So we want to click send, and yes, we have 1200 evo in John's account. Now let's go to the send transaction, and I also want to show you the double spending problem that we have fixed in this lecture. So here, this is the John's address. So I want to copy the John's private key and come here and paste it here. So you see, I want John to send transaction to himself, and let's see what happens. So you see, let's say we want to send 1200 evo or 12 evo to John from John himself. Let's click on send. Yes, the transaction has gotten through, but let's go to our blockchain and let's see what happens. So in the transaction pool, you see, my friends, verification failure, and this is what we wanted. We wanted the verification to fail, so this transaction won't be successful. And if we click again, we want this transaction to be added to the blockchain, so we need to wait for that. And now let's click again. Yes, this is added, and yes, this is failed. Now let's go to the wallet balance and let's check the wallet balance, and this is 1200. There is no change. Now let's go to the send transaction and let me simulate one more situation. So what I want to do is I want to send to Alice 2 transactions very quickly. So both the transactions are in the transaction pool, and there is no, and both the transaction gets added to the same block. So you want to check that whether our simulated balance is coming into play or not. So let's go to Alice, and I want to copy his address or her address, and now I want to go to send transaction, and here I want to copy and paste this. Let's say first I will send 1100, and since John has a balance of 1200, we want to send this transaction twice, and we want the second transaction to fail because he won't have the sufficient balance in his account. Now let's go and quickly click on send twice, once and twice. Okay, now let's go and copy this transaction hash. Let's go to our blockchain, and you see transaction hash is transaction pool is already empty, and you see there are 2 transactions. First transaction, it is successful, and the second transaction, it is failed. And how can you identify the difference between 2 transactions? It is the time. So you see, this is 64,900 and this is 522,200, and this is the less time than this one, so we can know that this transaction came in later, this one came in before. Now if we want to check the balance of John, we will see that he probably has only 100 evo or 1 evo in his account. That is 1200 minus 1100, that is 100, that is 100 way, and thus 1 evo. Let's click on send, and yes, he has 100 way in his account, so he has only 1 evo. Now in this API, my friends, you can also add the currency here and the denomination. That will also be better, but I'll leave that up to you. So this is the end of the demonstration, and I hope you have learned a lot of things in this course, and now you are clear with the concepts of blockchain. And I hope that you are very confident in the blockchain, that you can understand the blockchain technology properly now. And whether you are an investor, whether you are a student, or whether you are just learning blockchain for fun, this video tutorial was really useful. Now I also have a bonus lecture next. I insist you to watch that. The reason for that is I want to ask you some suggestions, and it'll be better if you watch that and give me some suggestions. I'd be very thankful to you, my friends. So see you in the bonus lecture, and enjoy learning blockchain.